Okay. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar with commercebuild. My name is Matthias. I'm the Sales and Marketing Coordinator here at Pur-Logic Solutions. Today we have Robbie Bernstein, Sales Director at commercebuild, leading the session. Before I pass it off to her, I'll do some housekeeping. Any questions, please feel free to write them in the chat box. There is a Q&A at the end, and Robbie will be happy to answer those at the end. For now, that's about it. I'll pass it off to Robbie. And once again, thank you for being with us here today.
Thanks, Matthias. And I just wanted to say a special shout out to you for all your help. And thank you, Pur-Logic, for giving commercebuild this coveted opportunity to be part of your webinar series. And I'm really excited today to talk to you about how we've been not only helping your wonderful clients, but all of the Sage community as well with our e-commerce solutions. So for today, the format, I'll start with some PowerPoint. Don't want to put you all to sleep with too much PowerPoint, but to give you a good understanding of what we've been doing here at commercebuild, and then I'll pause and do some demoing of some sites just to show you different packages that we do, features, and I'll end with a little bit of PowerPoint. So please ask any questions at the end. I'll have a moment where we can talk about it. And if there is any interest, then of course, please reach out to your Pur-Logic executive there to set up a time to speak with me as well. So with that, I'm gonna turn my camera off and I'm just gonna start to share my screen here for the PowerPoint. So to begin with, I'm so excited to talk about that integrated e-commerce and how we really can grow efficiencies with our integrated Sage ERP for building out web stores, customer portals, and sales portals. So to begin with, commercebuild, we've been connecting the customers to the heart of every business with our ERP integrated e-commerce. And since inception, we've really been committed to delivering affordable solutions for businesses of all sizes. So we cater to B2B, which means business to business, and B2C, which is business to consumer, like you and I going to shop as a guest on a site. And we focus on all vectors, but we really highlight the manufacturing, distribution, retail, food and beverage space. And we strive on ensuring swift implementations that maximizes the customer's return on investment. I really like this slide because it speaks about all the conversations we have when we talk to companies. Either they have been having a really hard time with a current implementation, why they're reaching out, because they've had really long, expensive problems trying to get everything implemented with delays, or they've had to hire really, developers to create their sites, or they've been thinking about doing it but been scared because they've heard it could be expensive with long-term contracts. And I'm here to say there's a way better way, and we really do strive to make it efficient and not as painful as you would think it is going to be. Actually, make it really good. So to begin a little bit more about who we are at commercebuild, we've been building out integrated e-commerce solutions with Sage since 2006, and we're the leading provider of web stores, customer portals, and sales portals. We work with both Sage X3, 300, and we've actually launched into Intact as well. You'll see on the top right, we're a Sage Tech Partner Plus, which means that Sage endorses us because we're global, our solution works, we're a trusted ISV. We also offer really affordable packages that do not contain a GMV module, which means that we don't charge any extra margins if you're doing, processing transactions through the site. We're very agnostic. We want you to keep all your profits. Please keep your profits. So we only charge, SaaS and a one-time implementation fee. And we can do B2B, B2C, both at the same time. We can do web stores as fast as 60 days, and we can do customer portals in less than a week. So really, really quick. We're also known for our 24/7, 365 global support. It's what we strive ourselves in. It's really our ethos to ensure that we give that support to our customers. And our response time is less than 40 minutes during business hours if you do need help. And I always like to stress that that's included in all our packages at no charge. We're also a one-stop shop, and this is what really makes us shine in that Sage community for really being able to help companies at all different levels. So if you don't have a marketing team and you're not even sure where to begin with to build out a web store, that's where, as we say, over 18 years now of experience, where we really can be able to help. So if we need help planning, getting those templates, we can guide you with that design. We'll connect to your Sage, we'll build it out, and as we say, go live very quickly. So not every e-commerce platform is built the same, and there's so many choices out there. So I wanted to focus quickly on, we get asked this all the time. What is the difference between commercebuild and other providers? Shopify is a hot, topic, and as well as we get asked a lot about Magento, BigCommerce, and I'm not here to dismiss any of them. I'm just here to explain to you what is going to be the difference if you use a platform that it has that Sage native integration, as opposed to building out a web store where you have to find that connector. So let's dig into this. So, well, I like to use the word, instead of the problem, maybe it would be, what's the big challenge that you'll be facing? Well, what happens is when you start to build out e-commerce platforms that are not using a native integration, what happens is that you're going to have kind of, you would say, two silos. You're going to have your ERP, your Sage, and then you've got your web store. And you're going to be trying to find ways to sync all that information back and forth. And what really happens with that connector, which I'll dive into in a moment in the next slide, is that you get so much frustration because things won't be pushing through, errors will be happening, a lot of manual entry, and it just causes a lot of frustration for not only your customers, but for the team that's supporting your, coveted clients. So this slide I really like, it really explains it. So you see on the right-hand side, so to address that big question, hey, what's the difference if we use a Shopify? Well, Shopify doesn't have that native integration into Sage. You can get that connector you see in the middle. So when you're building out a site, you'll see on the right-hand side, it will have everything, that you think of when you're building a web store. You've got your pricing, you've got inventory you want to be showing, if it's in stock or out, all your products, and, ideally, especially when you're doing B2B, you want to be able to show that tiered customer pricing that they should be receiving. So when you're building that out and you're relying on your center of truth, your ERP, for how you're selling to those customers, so you'll see that on the left-hand side, that's where I'm talking about. Is that pricing? What pricing? How do you have it laid out? Do you do like, tier? Are you doing margins discounted off the retail for specific customers? You want them to be able to have that, same experience of ordering, to know they're getting the accurate pricing, that they're getting the accurate inventory, that they're not buying items and then you have to do that dreaded phone call. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, we're sold out. Sorry, we took your money, have to refund it. Being able to show products. Maybe you don't want all your customers to see certain products. You want them to see a specific catalog. So that's where we really bring all that logic in that you want to have. And so, as we say, the struggles that we hear, very common having all these conversations with companies that have been either trying to build on Shopify or do have sites on it, or BigCommerce, Magento, etc., is that it's the connector. It's either not working or it pushes some information in, and it's really been causing a huge struggle. So ironically, you have this web store and their team is still, I'm not kidding you, manually entering in a lot of the orders. So with the ability to have that native integration, and when you're not experiencing that, what happens, as I say, is that you're having a lot of, order errors, when you're trying to push, the logic in and not having that fluid, seamless approach. And it results in poor customer experience because often the errors are either sometimes there's manual entry errors going on, or the information isn't proper, incorrect pricing, inventory levels. And it also means inefficient growth, that stagnant revenue growth, because you're not able to scale your operations properly as well, because you're doing a lot of still outdated processes without having a proper workflow. So with that, we really strive with us to be explaining to our, all the companies we start to have conversations with, is to explain, well, let's show you what an ERP integrated e-commerce approach is like and how that really can drive your ROI. And with that, this, I love this pie chart. It really shows really how we come in, and we like to call ourselves that missing piece. So with commercebuild, our integration is really, it's natively integrated. We're coded directly into Sage 300, as I say, X3, and now Intacct. And what we're doing is we're being able to pull all that rich data. It's your center of truth, all the hard work that, as we say, Pur-Logic's been doing with you with your Sage to ensure that your customers' inventory, the pricing, the financials, and all that associated business logic is really easy and quickly, to find. You can build it in the web stores, that it's syncing. We sync within a minute live. It's so powerful because you're literally entering in new inventory. It's pushing into that site when you're ready to sell it. If you want to sell it right away, absolutely, within a minute, we can sync it. So it gives that integrity. And so then what happens now is that you're pushing in all the proper inventory. If you want to allow back ordering, we can. You've got that confidence to know the proper pricing is happening. If you are having, certain customers on credit cards because they're naughty and not paying on time, so they've lost that ability to have the net 30 terms, we pull in all that logic. So you just, as we say, you need to have that confidence to know that your site is delivering that integration. So now you're going to be streamlining your orders faster because you're not having to manually enter them. You're having an improved customer experience because they're getting their orders quickly and it's correct. There's no phone calls, delays. And now it's allowing you to grow. And this is really important. You can grow nationally. You can grow, as you say, curious to go into another province. You want to try new, verticals. It just gives you that ability to do it seamlessly. With commercebuild, we really have, I like to say, 4 unique experiences on the web. B2C, which I mentioned before, which is business to consumer, so anyone can purchase online. We can do B2B, where it really gives that experience for the customer to log into the web store, have their personalized shopping experience, having that specific pricing, products, inventory, locations. And we can even do ordering and quotes that are placed online and written directly back into the ERP, so that, as a company, then you're able to print, pack, and ship in real time. And as I said before, it's really important to emphasize that changes made to the ERP are reflected in real time to the web store. And the same with the web store. Your orders are pushing in real time, into the ERP, so that you're able to, ship efficiently, quickly. And as we say, the goal is to have not only elite customer experience for your customers, but to be able to grow your business. Another feature, which I'm going to be demoing, is our quick order, and it's one of our most popular features. It's really great for sales reps. You might be thinking, hey, do we need to do, how do we help like our sales reps being able to order efficiently? They're always on the field, they're customer facing. We hear those keywords all the time in conversations. So I'm going to show you this, how we're being able to we can create a site for you with nothing like of all the pictures and descriptions that you think would be on an e-commerce site. We can deliver a really powerful B2B solutions for your customers and or your sales reps to utilize to order on behalf of customers, where they can put in SKU numbers, part number descriptions, and all of that, as we say, delivering into your Sage. We push those orders in. I'm also going to be showing you how we can do enterprise features like a configurator. I'll be demoing on Oxworth, which creates gorgeous fences, and they wanted that ability to show their customers and their contractors how to build out elaborate fences within minutes. And what would take them days to enter manually the bill of materials, we can do it, as we say, instantly. And that's what's driving change. And it's really, as we say, growing businesses, making them the #1 company to work with, because they've got that configurator online to make it really, I like to say, powerful. I also will be showing you our customer portals. That's very popular. So maybe you don't need a full e-commerce site and you just want the ability to either have your customers pay invoices online, or maybe you want to just show tracking and all that order history. I'll show you that in a moment as well, and we can build those out within a week. And as I said, with that sales portal that you just saw with the quick order, I'll be showing you that as well, how we can build that out. And all these integrated, approaches to the e-commerce is really automated to ensure, as we say, an amazing customer user experience. And we really strive, we work with our partners. So we're always working with Pur-Logic, we're working with our, customers to hear what payment integrations do you need, taxes, if you're going to be shipping in the US, you might want some Avalara in there. All these things, just to always, as we say, build out the robustness of our integrations, so that, as we say as well, making you satisfied and excited to know that we're integrated into all the shipping that you use, so it'll be using your rates and all of that. So with that, I'm going to take a little pause here, and I'm going to now have the fun part. This is my favorite part, where I'm going to be showing you some of the sites and these features to bring it to life. So I'm just going to pause this out, and we're going to drive now into, here we go. So this is where I wanted to begin the storytelling with our customer portal that we create for you. So with commercebuild, we can build out a customer portal where we can give you 2 options: the option where you can have payments online or not. So maybe you don't want to charge, credit card payments because all your clients are net 30. So don't worry, we can do both. But part of that customer portal is that you'll be able to have all that AR history we're pulling in. So we'll be showing that order number. You can drill into it. It's clean and simple, showing all that information. You can, have that confidence to know that they can print it out. And it really relieves those phone calls. We all get them. I'm sure you do all the time, where it just adds minute per minute, where they're like doing year end and they forgot where invoice 266-478 is, and it's taking you extra minutes to have to find it, email it to them, and now they'll have all that access. They'll also have the ability to track if you want to show tracking. As you can see, we're linking up to UPS. So it shows it's been received. It saves those phone calls too. Where's my order? Do you have my tracking? So that's where we can do those efficiencies. But part of the, as I said, the customer portal is we do that transactional history as well, where they can see, that they can scan invoices, update ranges, what works for them. Perhaps they're doing, as we say, quarter approaches, or as we say, we know it's year end right now, they're doing everything. But if you want the ability to pay open invoices, we can. I am on a live site, so I have to be careful, because wouldn't they love it that I paid their invoices, surprise, on behalf of this one customer, the baker company. But we can do partial payments if you want that. We can do the total. But it really, as we say, gives that customer that 24/7, where we know we're all working different hours now since that COVID that we don't like to talk about, but it has changed the way we work and how companies are interacting now with businesses. So being able to allow your customers to have this ability to look up their orders, if they want to be paying it, in the wee hours of the night, not during your business hours, they can. And who doesn't want to, allow your accounting team to have those efficiencies that they can be able to know that people can pay their bills without them chasing as well. Moving right along, I wanted to talk to you about when we use that word sales portal, what does that mean? And we can build out websites, or it's part of our full web store functionality. It's on our advanced package if that's of interest, where if you wanted to have your sales reps or the customers, they know what they're looking for. They don't need to find it through pictures and big elaborate descriptions. They literally want to search either by typing in the word. So this is an ice cream company out of Alberta. So I'm typing up the word, as you can see, vanilla right now. But you can see by typing that up, I can search for it. There's all these, options. So I can pick my ultimate ice cream mix. Now I'm getting hungry. Or I can pick it by the SKU numbers. So with them, a lot of their SKUs start with 640. So I can find what I'm looking for. Ooh, this looks good. Root beer float. Let's try that. And what's really wonderful too is that we're logged in as that customer. And it's important for me to just quickly show you this as well, is that for your administration team, your CSRs, your sales reps, we can set it up that sales reps can only see their accounts that they're working on, so they can change really simultaneously. So if they're on the field, they can easily be on their tablet to go on behalf if they needed to go to Wink's convenience store, because they're literally, standing in that store to put in these orders. That's what really I love to say. It makes it really easy to use, that adoption that you're looking for. Everything's pulling in. We can customize, even though we're an out-of-the-box solution, which means that it's a plug and play. You don't need to have coders or anybody, really high, complexities. We make everything customizable. So if you wanted to show it's in stock, we can. If you want to show the specific number, that there's 1,000 root beer floats, ice cream available, you can allow that as well. We show whether you're selling in cases, you can see there's a case there, or if you're selling per unit, so it might be worded as each. That's the beauty of that native integration, pulling into your stage of how you're selling to their customers and they're buying from you, and that specific pricing, so that they can add it to the cart, check out, and it's a seamless experience. With our sales portal solutions, I just want to reiterate that we can do that. Customer portal can be part of it, so that you'll be able to have all those orders again. You can have all that transactional history, and this is always that option to pay the invoice if you want to have credit card, added to that. Moving along now, I wanted to show you, going into our web stores, and we can do, as we say, B2C, which means you and I can go on a Kookaburra right now. I'm not, a reseller. I just want to get some football jerseys. Or we do that B2B where they're a reseller and they need to log in and get more of that wholesale pricing. With our sites, I wanted to reiterate that we build what you want. So if you want to have a really interactive homepage, busy, or say you have your own homepage, you built, a lot of time into it, we can work with you. And Kookaburra, it's fun. I call them the Louis Vuitton cricket out of down under. We have been building sites for them. They've been using X3 down in Australia. We're going to Europe. They're going to be going to North America. It's really exciting. But a fun fact is they spent almost a year, I'm not kidding you, doing focus groups during lunch hours. They did webinars with their clients to make sure they understood how to build out these categories, which we do, the filtering, all of that, so that they would have that experience knowing that their resellers could find exactly what they're looking for in a matter of, 3 clicks or less. You see all this filtering, we build this out with you. This is what we strive in, so that you really give that buyer's journey based on how they buy from you. So that's what you want. You want to have a company like Commerce Build is a great example of us, how we understand not only the ERP Sage inside out, but we understand how to build sites and how to bring that together. But what's really nice too is that we have unlimited photos. So if you want to have multiple photos, we can put 100 here if you need it. It's unlimited. You can view beautiful zoom ins. We deliver the information how you want it. Maybe you want to have brands that you click on, or you just want to have one window here to have. But we can also, what's nice to show you is we can do drop downs as well. So this is where I have the most joy, is like, what do you want? How do you want to sell it? How do you want to like display it? So we call this a variant drop down. So perhaps, as we say, you've got sizes, different files, different colors. You want that, approach to how you're going to, lay out your information. Instead of having, you saw those logos up there, you want to have more, copy. You want to be able to have the catalogs, the videos, all of this. We can build it out for you. I'm going to move along to storytelling, to Aztec. We're actually building their site, and this is a great, really amazing journey that we're on with them. They use Sage 300, and this is their Shopify site. So we met them, and can you imagine? It's been almost a year for them, and they've been having so many problems trying to build out that Shopify store because they've got over 300,000 SKUs. That's a lot of SKUs. And not to dismiss Shopify, but they have a lot of challenges when you have more than 100,000 SKUs, and they found that out, that they couldn't get, they had picture blockage of being over their data, they can't upload more than 300,000 SKUs, and they didn't have a proper connector. They had every team, they are so tech savvy, they couldn't get it to work. And they asked us, can you replicate this look? So I'm showing you right now, this is the look of their homepage. I just want to preface, this is right now, we're in staging, so it means we're building it out. But look, I know, huh? You can tell this is us. I had this purposely logged in so you can see I'm not making this up. This is us building it out so you can see. If you want us to clone something identically, absolutely. Now you can tell this is, we're building it out because we don't have the images in. We're pulling them in right now. We're in the development, but it's so exciting. I'm having so much fun working with Aztec. They're an incredible company in Ontario, and we're gonna be building out, as we say, 300 sites with that Sage integration. And we're actually at the top. They sell on Amazon and eBay, and we have that ability to be pulling in orders from that. So it's a very complex site, lots of moving pieces, but we can excel at that. And talking about enterprise and excelling is that calculator I wanted to show you, where we can build out a fence. So if you have configured items, so it means that logic A plus B, if they choose that equals C, we can build that out. As we say, Oxworth, they've done so well because they sell fences, and we know, all of us, well, probably most of us, have done renovations of some sort, and you know that we're all visual and we want to know, well, what's it going to look like? And what they wanted us to do, and we built this out, is that ability that you can build out a run, like you can build out your fence. Look, I can select my size of the panel heights. Do I want sleepers? Well, I'll keep it simple, no. Do I want the sawtooth or the trim line? It gives the panel styling, so you can choose. It's, as you see, so easy. And this, I'm visual, I love color. So you can build out your color to see if it's gonna look good, how you can make it, look exactly what you visualized. We also do related items. So we know when you're building a fence, you're probably gonna need some concrete. So this is where we've added these in. Not part of the configurator of the logic, but hey, related items, the upselling's, always advantageous to grow and also give that better customer experience. But look at this, that bill of materials, that shopping list, which we hear this can take over 2 days for a sales rep or a CSR to enter into Sage based on configurators. And we can do this instantly, pushing it in so that they can, if you want to make it a quote, they can approve it, all of that. This really, as we say, takes you to a whole new level in your industry and experience with your customers. And Batteries Expert's another great storytelling just to share with you with this demoing, that we can do bilingual, just so you know. So it doesn't have to be French. If you want to have Spanish, you know, name the language, we can do. But for them, they're the holy grail of batteries. And we think batteries can be easy, AA, AAA, but it's not so easy. If you can see here, all the categories of batteries. So they have, you know, thousands of batteries. And how do you do it so that their customer, like you and me, being able to order as a B2C, as well as with their resellers trying to order on behalf of their customers without ordering the wrong item? And then it's being, you know, margins of errors of reshipping and restocking. So for the fun purpose of this, I can, why not, a dog collar, say a brand that we recognize, Energizer, you know, the model number. Look at that. With 3 clicks, I can submit, and I can find 2 options right away. That is exactly what I'm needing. And with us as well, we can extend descriptions. We know Sage, you only can have 30 character limit. You want more because they're looking for, you know, colors, for instance, description, numbers, all of that. We can extend it out. We can put, as we say, as much information as you want. So with this is that B2C experience. You can see it's a bit small. I'll say it's $14.95 right now. I can log in then. So we have that login, just so you can see this now too. And you'll see that now we can show more information. It can be checking the stock. We can show that if you want to show multiple warehouses. We're known for multiple warehouse setup. So if you want to set up customers to be set up for out east, for Ontario, you might have a Quebec, you know, warehousing for all your Quebec, you know, customers, BC, West Coast one, all of that. We strive in to make that really seamless for you. And you'll see that the pricing's gone down to $10.15 from $14.95. So there you go. Because I'm signed in right now, it gives that, you know, as we say, I like to say that red carpet feeling of that personalization for the customer as well. Lastly, I wanted to share Paper Eclipse, one of Pur-Logic's wonderful clients. I mean, they're wonderful. So if you ever go to like Chapters Indigo, you'll probably now, when you look at the back of the card, see that a lot of them are from this incredible company, Paper Eclipse. So they distribute all these wonderful brands, and I'm going to log into the shop. So once again, we're just going to be logging in. And I wanted to show this because this we get asked about all the time, is, hey, are we able to do minimum orders? We require, say, $150, you know, per product for them to be able to purchase from us. We absolutely can set that up. And what I wanted to share as well is that they sold by, you know, packs of 6. So it's a multiplier. So they can't add, as you can see, 1, it has to be 6 or 12, 18. And that's something we can do. We utilize custom fields. It's really easy for us to set these type of ordering up. So as we say, if you require minimum maximum ordering, you know, have multipliers, need to have, you know, minimum size carts, all of that we excel at. And also, if you do use a designer, we can absolutely work with you. Verax is a chemical company out of the state of Washington. They are using a designer. So this is what they designed. I love it, actually. It's really clean, huh? I like the branding. It all ties in, but we can do that as well. So we're really versatile with that. So hopefully today I've given you a little bit of a preview of, you know, some key fun features, some solutions, how we're really adding value to these companies to being able to really drive their sales up and make their internal team happy, less time on the phone, having to find, PO numbers of invoices, and being able to just, as we say, cross-sell, upsell, and really give a powerful delivery of information, even if they needed it before having calls, if you do require some phone calls with your clients to put some orders in. And with that, what I'm going to do now, I'm almost finished. So thank you, everybody. I'm going to play from the current slide and just end up with commercebuild to say we really strive on our support. And this was a quote from one of our clients, Sconza. So if you've ever been craving limoncello, for instance, they are selling to the Costco's down in the US, and they said about commercebuild that Jess and the whole commercebuild customer service team is literally the best support they've had on many of their platforms. And they said about us, we're so helpful and quick to respond. It's scary. And that's the only time I like to see the word scary in a quote, but it is. We do strive to respond as fast as we can. We have a worldwide team, which means that if you do have global expansion, like expanding into Europe, expanding down, say you're going down south to Australia even, we've got a team worldwide so that we can give you that 24/7 support, but in the hours that we work in. So it's not going to be calling some, center that is at a different time zone. With that, I'll pause to see, Mateus, if there's any questions that anybody had.
I'm just checking here the questions box. 1 second, Robbie, see if we have anything. And then again, feel free to, there is a questions tab if you'd like to type in a question. However, I don't see any at this time, Robbie.
Okay, no problem. Well, if you do have any questions, please, reach out to the Pur-Logic team. And here's my contact information as well. Happy to set up a call. We're just here to help. We just want to be of value. We're not here to pressure you to do anything. We're just here to say, hey, this is what we can do to help out, and let's have that conversation. So thank you again so much for this opportunity today. I'm really, really, really excited to be able to have had this time to share everything that we've been doing.
And Robbie, on behalf of Pur-Logic, thank you for such a wonderful and informative webinar. I always like being part of these. I'm, learning a lot as I go, and even that Aztec example was really, really cool to see how you guys are able to, clone the website pretty much identically. So those are always, really interesting for me at least to see. So thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you. Well, great. Well, have a great day, everybody, and thanks again.
Okay. Alrighty.
Bye.
And the webinar. Bye-bye. Bye, Robbie. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.